Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going into a really ancient story. It's one that kind of weaves together compassion, destiny, and, well, the amazing ripple effect of just one act of kindness.
Yeah, the powerful one.
So our mission, really, in this deep dive is to unpack this fascinating narrative. It comes from an excerpt called Draupadi's Virtue and Divine Grace. And we're going to explore how what seems like a really small gesture actually blossoms into divine help when it's most needed. It tells us something pretty profound about karma and, getting help when you need it.
Absolutely. It's quite a journey.
So get ready for a dive into this story. It's got some surprising details, and the moral, I think, still resonates today way beyond its original context. Let's jump in.
Okay, so it starts quite simply, doesn't it? We find Draupadi by the Yomun River. She's just getting ready for her morning bath. Pretty everyday scene.
Right, but then something happens that kicks everything off.
Exactly. As she's there, she sees a holy man, a sadhu, bathing a bit further away, and he's in a bit of trouble.
Okay. What kind of trouble?
Well, he only had the one loincloth on, the spare one he'd put on the riverbank. A gust of wind just blew it away down the river. Gone. And then, to make things worse, the wet one he was actually wearing, which was old apparently, it just tore right then and there.
So he's left with nothing.
Completely exposed. Yeah, trying desperately to cover himself, you can imagine.
Oh, absolutely. And the sun's coming up. More people are probably arriving for their own baths. That must have been awful for him.
The text says he was consumed by shame, really desperate. He ends up hiding behind a small bush, basically hoping he can just wait there unseen until nightfall so he can sneak home.
Wow. Just stuck there. That's quite a picture of vulnerability.
And Draupadi sees all this unfolding, and she gets it immediately, his difficulty. Her reaction here is, well, it's central to the whole story.
And what's key here, I think, is that she doesn't have a spare cloth either, right? It's not like she had extra.
Not at all, which makes what she does next even more selfless and, frankly, quite ingenious.
Okay, so what does she do?
She takes her own sari and rips it in half.
Her own sari. Wow.
Yeah. Uses one half to cover herself, and then she takes the other half over to the bush where the sadhu is hiding.
That's quite something. And she speaks to him.
She does. And her words show such respect, such compassion. She says something like, "Father, I understand your difficulty. Look, I've torn my sari in half and brought this piece. Please, cover yourself with this and go home. I can manage with the other half."
Just like that. So direct, so kind, offering half of what she herself needs.
It's a powerful moment. And the sadhu, well, he's incredibly moved. It says tears fill his eyes as he takes the cloth. He puts it on, leaves for home.
Does he say anything?
He doesn't speak, but the text says he gives her this silent, heartfelt blessing from his heart.
A blessing. What was it?
May God always cover your modesty. Simple, direct, born out of that moment of relief and gratitude.
May God always cover your modesty. That feels significant.
It really is. Because this small interaction, this half a piece of cloth by the river, it connects directly to something huge that happens years down the line. A completely different situation. Much darker.
Okay, so we jump forward in time now.
Dramatically forward, yes. Years later, Draupadi is in this terrible public crisis. You might know the context. She's been lost by her husbands, the Pandavas, in that infamous game of dice.
Ah, the dice game. Right, lost to their cousins, the Kauravas. A low point.
A very low point. And in the Kaurava assembly hall, packed with people, one of the princes, Dushasana, decides to inflict this ultimate humiliation on her. As revenge, basically, for things she'd said or done earlier.
What does he do?
He tries to publicly disrobe her in front of everyone.
Oh, that's horrific. Just awful. So she's in absolute peril.
Utter crisis. And in that moment, she cries out desperately to God, who, interestingly, is depicted as sort of resting, cosmically speaking, on the serpent Sheshaya.
Resting while she's in danger.
It's a complex image. But then another figure, Narada, steps in. He sort of nudges God, wakes him up, urges him, saying something like, "Listen, your devotee is pleading. You need to arrange help for her."
Okay, so Narada advocates for her. What does God say? I mean, does he just jump in?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. God's first response is almost detached. It's profound. He says, "Look, I don't help anyone, nor do I trouble them. Everyone just reaps the fruit of their own actions."
Wow. So not what you might expect. It's like saying it's up to her karma.
Exactly. It puts the onus back on the individual's actions. It challenges that idea of just, arbitrary divine rescue. It suggests there's a system.
The system of cosmic accounting, almost.
You could say that. And this leads to the crucial instruction. God tells Narada, essentially, go check the books. See if she has any previous good deeds, any punya that could justify stepping in.
So intervention isn't automatic. It needs a basis in her own past actions.
That's the implication here, yes.
Yeah.
Our own efforts lay the foundation.
So Narada goes to check, what, like a ledger?
He checks the account book, the Hisab Ki Bahi. And what does he find?
Let me guess. The half sari.
Bingo.